Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. With my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today we're going to do the Sunrise Mandala. It's part of the Mandala video series. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to extend in your skill building and just do something slightly different in order to help you go further in your mandalas. Last time we were doing something different. Let's quickly review what we've done so far and then see what's different this time. So in the video series you've gone from just learning how to do a true round but changing your incremental spots so that you end up with a true round. You also learned how to do the invisible join so you don't see any seam lines. So the next lesson we just did is that we did some shell work. So we did small shells and large shells, and we also did long single crochet, and we also reviewed on how to do the invisible join. So this one here is actually not a hard one either. We're going to continue around. So remember the clock idea that we were covering. So in the clock, if you recall, is that it's got the hands. So this one here that we're going to do has a clocking of 12. So you can count the number of spokes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 in order to create this idea. So if you understand that, it's actually really quite easy. So today we're going to learn how to do cluster work in order to form these shapes just like you see. So we'll have some shells, some clusters, and then we'll cover up over top of chains as you can see here in the purple, and overall it's a pretty good one. So there's 9 rounds in order to do this, and we're going to be doing the invisible join also within today's tutorial. So let's begin to work on this now. So let's begin. We're going to start off with the slip knot, and I'm using Lily Sugar and Cream yarn. This is going to be used as a hot pad, and this is 100% cotton yarn, and also I got a 5mm size H crochet hook in order to play. So we're going to chain forward to start, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this counts as a double crochet and a chain one. You just can't see it yet. So for chain from the hook, which is always the way back to where you had started, I need you to put in a double crochet. So just wrap the hook and going into that first one, double crochet, then a chain one, and then keep doing that into the center. So in, pull through, and etc., and then chain one after. So you always want to finish your double crochets with a chain one after it, including the very final. So your goal here is to look for 12 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and chain one. This will be 5, so I might as well stick with you with this one. So this is 5, chain one, do it again, double crochet. This is number 6, and then chain one, and 7, chain one, this is 8, chain one, this is 9, chain one, this is 10, chain one, and 11 is next. Noticing that I'm going up over top. If you've been following the series, make sure you go up over top of the starting strand as you're going, and keep on going in. So let's just verify where we are now, so we can count the number of posts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Do not forget, after the final double crochet, just chain one, and I want you to do an invisible join. So I'm gonna review that only one time this time. We've been doing it the other two times, but what I want you to do is just pull through like so, and grab your darning needle and put that string or that yarn strand. They don't like when I say string because it's really not. So we're going to push that through. So we need to look for the very first one. Okay, it's the chain, and you're going to slide the needle underneath the stitch as if you were going to crochet into that, and you're going to pull it through. And when you pull it through, just be gentle about it because you need to maintain that chain one that's in the start. Now this one here is where that yarn strand is coming out of, so just dive right in the middle and then towards the back side of the project, and then pull it so that it looks close to the same sizes as the other stitches that appear here. So you want to maintain that chain one. Once you're satisfied, just because you have chain one spaces, you can't just immediately cross over like I have in the last videos. So you have to start hiding in this strand in the post straight down, and then once you get it near to the center, you can go back and forth all you want. So 1, so make sure that you just keep things nice and hidden, and go for 2, and a third time is the game changer really. So now that you have that in 3 times, you can safely cut that down into the project, and you can cut the starting strand because you crocheted over it, and that is your starting, just like that. So let's begin round number 2. So let's begin round number 2. We're just going to form a loop. Do not create a slip knot because it'll change the look, and I want you to go into any chain 1 space at this point. It doesn't matter which one you're going into, they're all equal. You're gonna go into any chain 1 space and pull a loop through and let the straggler fall out the back side of it, and we'll deal with that later. And you're going to chain a total of 2. So what we're doing here, and just pull that strand tighter. So what we're doing here is that this is going to be a 2 together. It's what it's equivalent to, but the first one is always gonna be looking a little differently. So we are going to then just double crochet in the spot. So normally in double crochet you would have chained 3 to start, but because you chained 2, that's the equivalent of doing 2 together for double crochet. So after you get that done, I want you to chain 2 and then come into the next chain 1 space, and we are physically going to do 2 together double crochet. So wrap the hook going into the next space between the double crochets and almost complete it, and just finish like so, and then wrap it again, pull through 2 and hold it. So you end up with 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then chain 2, and I'll show it to you again. So this is a 2 together double crochet. So wrap the hook going into the space, pull through 2 and hold it, and then do that again. So wrap, same space, pull through 2 and hold it, and then pull through all 3 loops, and you're done. So chain 3 and keep on doing that all the way around. So you'll end up with 12 of these going all the way around. So please do that, and I'll see you at the end of this round, and we're gonna do an invisible join. I'm not gonna show it to you again because we've been covering it in the series all along, but that's what we're going to do. So meet me at the end of this round. So once you come all the way around, you're gonna do your last one, 2 together double crochet, and then you're going to chain 2 and then join it to the top of the beginning. But again, we are not going to do this as a slip stitch. We are going to do it properly. So we're just gonna pull that loop up, and we're going to put this on. I said I wasn't gonna show this, but I guess I am now, because we have to show you how to deal with the starting strand. So I need to go into the top of the beginning 2 together. Okay, so this is the top one, and then pull it back through, and I want to maintain that chain 2, so I want to make sure I don't overly stretch things, and go back down to where the strand is originating from, and then go out through the back. So I want to just pull it so it looks like it's close to everything else, and then I'm just gonna turn it over and just go to the closest post and get myself down to the back like so. It's important with mandalas to deal with any kind of seams and stuff because they're really quite obvious. They're obvious generally, but in mandalas, because they're so pretty, that's the last thing you want to see, is that you got a seam line that you just can't take your eyes off at the end. So when we started, remember we didn't do a slip knot onto the hook first. So let me get rid of that strand. So the very starting strand, we also have to put this on. I'm only gonna show it to you one time, promise. So whenever we do that and loop in the front, we just need to make sure that we're burying it later on. So we just going up through the post where we started, and then down, get it into some fibers. The sharper the needle, the better. Do not interfere with that red though, or with the other color that you're playing with. Just keep within the blue, and therefore it'll disappear. So you're just getting rid of that now. So in and out 3 times, you're good to go. Trim it right down, and this is what it looks like so far. So you got 12 points now here, and we're now going to move up to step number 3. So let's move on to step number 3. Just form the loop. Don't do a slip knot, and go into any chain 2 space. It doesn't matter which one it is at this point, and they're all equal at this moment. So we're gonna just pull through, and we're gonna leave the straggler towards the back. I've already shown you how to deal with that later. You're going to chain up 1, and then we're going to put in 3 single crochets. Now go right up over top of that strand that you just left in the back. So we're just gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Just like so, and then see how it's kind of looking loose. Just pull that beginning strand, and it will nicely finish off for you. So then what we're going to do is chain 1, and then into the next chain 2 space, okay, you're going to put in 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3, and then chain 1, and go to the next chain 2 space. And you're gonna do that all the way around. So 3 single crochets in each, and then after you're done just chain 1 and then just jump to the next one. So I'll see you at the end of this round. Okay, and coming up to the end of the round, no big deal, just 3 single crochets in the last chain 2 space. Chain 1, don't forget, and then just join it to the beginning with an invisible join. So please do that and then meet me back here in just a moment. Moving up to the 4th round, I'm gonna change the color again and I'm going for red. Now this time you want to get into a chain 1 space. So see the 3 single crochets and then chain 1 and then 3 single crochets. It can be in any one at this point, so just pick one and commit to it and just pull the loop through. Let the straggler fall towards the back, and you are going to chain a total of 3, which counts as a double crochet. Now leaving the straggler down on top of it so it'll get stuck underneath, I want you to put 3 more double crochets into that same chain 1 space. So this is, so with the chaining of 3 plus this one, that equals 2. This is 3 and this is 4, just like you see. So now what we're going to do is that just let the straggler fall towards the back. You'll deal with that later. Jump into the next chain 1 space that's over here just after the next group of 3 single crochets and put in 4 single or double crochets. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then immediately jump to the next chain 1 space that's available to you after the next group of 3 single crochets. So please do that all the way around for round number 4. I'm coming up all the way around and just putting in my 4 double crochets into the last chain 1 space that's available to me, and then I'm just gonna finish this off with an invisible join and then join me back here in just a moment. So don't chain 1 like you had been before, just cut your yarn and then join it to the beginning just like you see. Maybe I'll show you one more time. Either way I gotta do it right. So it just makes it look so much better. I'm actually kind of surprised I really haven't been doing this all my years. So just follow the first one straight up and just grab it straight across and pull. Make it look like it's matching, and then down through where the other one originated out in the middle. So that looks like it's pretty much the same size. Just turn your work and then just put it into the back and then deal with that starting strand too. So let's move on to the next round. So let's move on to round number 5. Again, pull up the loop. So this one we're going to be playing in between the space. Okay, so there's not a chain 1 here, but you're just gonna open it up and just look up where this one is here. Just go straight up. It could be any one, doesn't matter. So you're just gonna go right into the space and you're gonna pull up. And what we're going to do is that we are going to chain 2 to begin. So our goal is to put 4 double crochet together, but because this is a start we're doing 3 double crochet together, and it's because we have to start. So we're going to chain 2, which counts as the first double crochet. Just bear with me. And now the next 3 are going to be 3 double crochet together. So wrap the hook into the same space, go right up over top of that chain that strand that you've been starting with, and just pull through and then pull through 2 and hold it. So wrap, going in, pull through 2 and hold it, and you keep doing that until you see 4 loops onto the hook. Usually there's 5 when it comes to 4 together double crochet, but because we just started there's only gonna be 4. So now that you have all that done, you're going to chain, or you're going to pull through all of them. So now you're going to chain 4. So chaining 4 is gonna get us to over here. Now I know what you're thinking, you don't see this color carrying across in the pattern. It doesn't matter, it's gonna get covered over later anyway, so that's what makes it really cool. So chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and come to the next space that you see and gonna put 4 together double crochet. So wrap into the space, pull through 2 and hold it, wrap into the space, pull through 2 and hold, and do that until you see 5 loops on the hook. So now you'll see 5 for the remaining. It's only the beginning you'll ever see 4. So now you see your 5 loops, so that means that there's 4 of these double crochets. So wrap and pull through all of everything and then chain 4 and advance. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So do that one more time. So wrap, going into the next space, pull through and keep doing that. I'm gonna speed up so you can really do this really quite quickly. And then once you get all of the loops onto the hook, you can see that there's 5, and pull through everything and then chain 4. So please do that all the way around for this round. So as you get your last cluster in here, you're going to chain 4, so it's 4 together double crochet. It could be also called as a cluster. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you're going to join it then to the beginning. Now this one here you could actually join right to it. You don't have to do the invisible. It's gonna get hidden really well anyway in the next one, because in the next one we're going to apply a layer that's gonna make this green disappear. So that's what makes those stand off on their own. So if you wanna just join it with the slip stitch you can, and then just take this strand and just weave it in and out. It'll get stuck underneath into this chain, because in this chain we're going to go over top. You're also gonna notice that it appears to be buckling. Don't worry about that. In the next round, this happens in mandalas all the time. Sometimes the round above it or after it actually stabilizes it, and that's gonna happen in this case as well. So let's begin your next round. So let's start our next one. We're just gonna create a loop, and you're gonna go to any chain 4 space. Now I left this on here so I can just make sure I go over top and then trim it later. So go into any chain 4 space, pull up, drop the straggler in the back, and then chain 1, and then you want to leave this straggler down on top of the line, and you want to single crochet in each chain 4 space 6 times. So let's count those out together. So 1 and 2, noticing how that I'm catching that underneath. So that was 2, this is 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now that you have your 6, I want you to just throw that straggler behind, get it out of your way. This one here has the yarn that I was weaving in and out. We're just gonna go right up over top of it and put another 6 into the next space. So don't do anything with the cluster work or the 4 double crochets together. Just go to the next chain 4 space and immediately single crochet 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then just jump over, go to the next chain 4 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Do that all the way around, and you're gonna notice that this is gonna force this open, and then it will sit pretty much flat after you're done this round. So please do that all the way around. So I just gave it a little bit of a stretch. Things will work out, and you're just going to finish off this yarn here. We're going to change the color, and I'm gonna change it back to the same color I did these clusters, so back to the green, and it will make sense in just a moment, because what happens is that it makes that look like it's actually like a spoke of a wheel. So all I'm just doing now is just joining it with a slip stitch, because I can get away with that here really quite easily. If you can get away with doing regular slip stitches, why not, right? So now just give it a good stretch if it's not sitting flat, and you're going to block it in afterward anyway, but it should sit pretty close to flat. And now we're gonna move on to the next round. So now moving on to round number 7. So round number 7 is about making this look like it's part of the next round, which is what we're gonna about to do. So it's gonna cover up over top of the blue, so it'll make the blue look like it's peekabooing all the way around. Kind of a neat idea, right? So I wanna use the same color that I used here. So in this case it'll be green. So I'm going to just create a loop, and I'm gonna go into the very first stitch of the group of 6. So it doesn't matter which one you choose, as long as it's the first one of the group of 6. And pull up a loop through, let the straggler fall out towards the back, chain up 1, and put the straggler down on top of the line as you're going. So you're gonna single crochet in each one of the 6 that are there. So 1, 2, this is 3, 4, 5 and 6 to where you had started. And now what you have to do is that the next stitch is going to go around this here, this cluster down here. So what you're gonna do is wrap the hook, and you're gonna drop all the way down and just come out the side of it. So just out the side around the back, and then just grab the yarn, pull through, and just pull it up a little bit, just give it a bit of slack, and finish that off. It's a double crochet around that post. Okay, and so then that makes the blue look like it's peekabooing. So going back to the blue, the next 6 in a row are each single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and your 7th, okay, would be around this. So wrap the hook, going around the back side of it and then through the back, pull through, give it a bit of slack, just pull up on it, pull through 2 and 2 and then move back to the blue again. So 6 in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then the next one is around here. So wrap and through the side, out the other side, pull through, give it a bit of slack, pull through 2 and 2. So you can see how this green kind of jumps over the blue, so it hides the blue in a peekaboo motion. And then once you get things settled around, see how the green's kind of popping through? You can just kind of move things around afterward once you get everything good to go. So continue to do that all the way around for this round, which is round number 7. So don't forget, when you come all the way around your last one here, this is a stitch that's here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually that's not a stitch, that's just a join of the slip stitch. So make sure that you don't forget to do that front post double crochet around that and then just join it. So now we're gonna move up to round number 8. You can just use a slip stitch join if you want to, but if you want to do the invisible join, that's up to you as well. So that's something that you can decide. And then we're gonna move up to round number 8, and then round number 8 is really quite easy. So let's begin to do that again. So let's begin round number 8. Just grab your next yarn. I used the same colors that I did down here. So you're gonna go on the top of any one of the ones that went into the cluster work. Okay, just went around here. So just go into the top of that one and you want to pull through a loop, let the straggler fall down. We're gonna bury that as we go, and you're gonna chain up 3, which counts as a double crochet, and in the same one we want to double crochet again. So right where these are, we're going to be doing expansion basically to make the circle bigger. So you're going to single crochet in the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and the 7th is the next one here. That's the front post double crochet, and that's where you're gonna do the expansion. So let's just do one section together. So we're gonna go 1, we're just double crocheting, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and now you should be up over top. I'm not really gonna count these. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm just gonna look for where the front post double crochet is and make sure I put in 2 double crochets, and that'll allow the circle to expand out to get a little bit bigger so that this continues to lay as flat as possible. So please do that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So I've now come up all the way back around. You can just join it with a slip stitch if you want to. You can pretty well get away with it for this one. And then we just got one more round to do, which is gonna do some nice work. And we're going to then use the same color as we did with the red. So I'm gonna use the red out, and we're going to do the final round together. So for the final round we're going to do some nice work. It's not gonna be even like this, so if you want something like that you could just single crochet around, but we're gonna provide a little bit of texture. You can join into any one of the outside ones just like you see. Just loop it and pull through. And we are going to begin and just chain 1 to start, and in the same one you did the join, just single crochet in. So now you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3 and single crochet back into the same one. That's all the stitches. So now skip 1 stitch, go to the second over, and just immediately single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet back into the same one. So you can see it's providing a nice border. So skip 1, single crochet into the next, chain 3 and then single crochet back in. Okay, skip 1, single crochet into the next, chain 3 and single crochet back in. Please do that all the way around. This is your final round, and you can see it's providing a really cool finish. So I'm coming up all the way to the very beginning to where I had started, and I am just gonna finish it off, and I am going to use my darning needle, so I can just use it as a just slip stitch it and then just use my darning needle to hide in the loose ends. So let me do that, and then we'll just quickly review at the end. So here's what my mandala looks like now. It's all completely, now you can see it's kind of ruffled a bit. It needs to be stretched a little bit, and you could do some wet blocking too. We have tutorials available. It sits pretty well good on its own, but I would wet block it like I have with the others in order to make it look completely flat, just like you see. So you can see that you're moving up in your skills. You've learned how to do some cluster work. We did some chains where we covered over, which made some peekaboos. Hopefully you like peekaboos. You've also learned how to do the outside here where we did single crochet, chain 3, single crochet to provide a nice edge instead of being so uniform like we did in the very beginning where it was nice and flat. So you're learning more and more skills as you're going along, and you can see the back looks slightly different, but it's pretty close. And because we've done some now front post trebles, just like you see, you can see it provides a really unique look. So this is how you do this one. This is a sunrise mandala, and hopefully you're enjoying this series, and move on to the next one when it comes available. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.